Trayvon Martin had no right to put his hands on George Zimmerman, and I'm going to tell you why. Because you know what? If I'm walking in my neighborhood and it's dark and it's cold and it's raining and there's a car following me and I don't know who that person is, I'm not going to fight that person to fight for my life. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to assume that that's neighborhood watch. And I'm going to get out and I'm going to thank that man and shake his hand for protecting my community and for protecting the kids where I live. Trayvon Martin wasn't grateful for that. And you guys have to be a little bit more open-minded to things that are different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know, I don't get excited about the whole race thing because at the end of the day, we're all human. There's only one race, you know, the human race. And that's how I see it.
No, I'd have to say, racism doesn't really exist in 2014, especially, you know, now that Barack Obama's in office and, you know, 37% of us voted for him, and that was, you know, it's kind of like a majority, kind of, so, you know, I think we're kind of past that phase. By the way, you know, we do have a strict policy about no politics in the office, so that picture of him on your desktop on the computer, you're gonna have to take that down. You know, my girlfriend's black, and she kind of even said that you guys are being a little overreactive with this whole thing. You know, if she can say that, why can't you? I know there's 49 million of you that live here and you all think and operate exactly the same way, so why can't you just do that, huh? You know, the real thing is, I think, in your community is, it's the rap music. It's really the rap music. It's just, it's like a poison. Oh, by the way, you know the company Christmas party is going to be in like 3 days. Do you remember your DJ friend that said he's going to DJ the party? If he does, can you ask him to play that Drake song, the 0 to 100? You know, we all like that one. That one kind of just gets us right in the tutor. You know, we just get it, you know, just get jiggy with it and stuff. I just think you guys make everything about race. I think there's so many bigger issues to deal with. You know, like you look at the school lunches and what Michelle Obama has all the kids eating, you know, stuff like that. And, you know, you have everything with immigration, you have the stuff with gay marriage, you have the stuff with just the class warfare going on. There's just so many different things going on, and, you know, you need to join us in our fight for the things that we're fighting for. And that thing that you guys are fighting for that only affects your community, it might be kind of racist, and it might just be that you guys are in denial about, I hate to say this, but it's accountability, folks, accountability. You guys don't take accountability for anything. You just play this victim card all the time, and, you know, you feel me?
There's a song by this guy I think you'd know. His name is Michael Jackson, and he has a song called Man in the Mirror, and, you know, it's a great piece of work, and I think you might want to look in the mirror sometimes before you go out and you make these really wild and crazy accusations and stuff.
I mean, you spend all day fussing and complaining, but I don't see you doing anything to change it. I know you think you're trying to educate me because you feel that there's power in numbers and I might use my voting rights to help change some of these wicked ways of America. But you know what? Listen, I'm not really that radical, okay? There's not an X in my last name. You want to know what my last name is? You really want to know what my last name is? It's Johnson, alright? Johnson. Yeah, I think if you talk a little differently, maybe talk a little bit softer and stuff, you might not be as threatening to people who may fear you, you know? It's kind of like, you just have to be more American.